Here with a great friend of mine, former 24/7 sports writer, current coordinator of recruiting for Notre Dame's men's basketball team, and the GOAT, the greatest hater of all time, Brian Snow. What's up, big dog?
It's a pleasure to be on this, Dread. Like, Myles, I wonder, looking back after that Rutgers game, how much of it was you saw the end of maybe not even your basketball career, but your college career really coming at you, and you're like, how much looking back do you think that was kind of playing a role at that point in time?
Oh, absolutely. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't know, like, I knew I was done. First one, start, bench, cut. Jordan, Brown, and Kobe.
I'm going to take some heat for this one.
It's gone! Myles Dread becomes the 38th player in the history of Nittany basketball to go over 1,000 career points.
What's up, everybody? It's Myles Dread, host of The Heat Check, presented by State Media. Super excited to have you guys on the show. We're going to have weekly episodes with former Penn State basketball players and other hoopers across the Big Ten. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate you guys' support. Enjoy the show.
College football tees, college basketball tees, whatever you need, Mercury has you covered with the best merch out there. We're talking about high quality clothing, inexpensive, and the best part is I have a 15% discount for everybody who goes and gets some right now. Use the code below, hit the link in the description, and go get your merch now. Use the code to get 15% off. What are you waiting on? Go do it.
Welcome back to the newest episode of The Heat Check. It's your host, Myles Dread, here with a great friend of mine, former 24/7 sports writer, current coordinator of recruiting for Notre Dame's men's basketball team, and the GOAT, the greatest hater of all time, Brian Snow. What's up, big dog?
It's a pleasure to be on this, Dread. I mean, I've been dreaming of this day my whole life.
I knew at some point I was going to have to get you on. You keep it real. And that's something that everybody that you've, influenced in the basketball world, that's always something people have appreciated about you. I'm excited to have you on. We got some great stuff to talk about today, so let's get right to it.
Cool.
First off, working for 24/7 Sports, what does a high school kid need to be recruited at the Division I level? Like, what are the attributes that you're looking for? I know you've seen thousands of high school basketball players all over the country. What are certain things that a recruiter is looking for to recruit at the Division I level?
Obviously you have the requisites: size, speed, athleticism, but it's so much more than that. Like, first of all, in this day and age of college basketball, and I think we showed that last year, Myles, you got to be able to shoot the ball.
No doubt.
There's no better skill on a basketball court than to be able to make shots. So you look at that, feel for the game. I used to have a saying with 24/7, if you have great feel, you don't fail. And, we had examples of that. I mean, you look at Pickett, like, unreal feel for the game.
Right.
Couldn't jump over a phone book. Not the fastest guy in the world, but just unbelievable feel for the game. So if you know how to play, it just takes you to another level. And then do you love it? Like, it's hard to play college basketball. There's certain people who can get by without loving it because they're just that naturally talented. But that's the 1% of the 1%.
Right.
If you don't love it, it's going to be so hard for you.
Talk about that a little bit. Like, what being a college basketball player, like, the difficulties. Like, I've talked about it a little bit in my other episodes, but, like, I don't think people, even, like, not necessarily high school kids looking to come into college, but sometimes the fans don't even understand the difficulty of just being a college athlete, being a college basketball player at the Division I level. Like, it's hard. Like, just waking up and, the type of effort and energy you have to bring every day to be successful at the collegiate level is ridiculous.
Man, and Dread, I was around basketball forever with 24/7 and, just being around it, and I had no idea. Like, until last year, where I was like, what the hardest part of this is getting to the end of the season with everybody pulling in the same direction. Because there's so many distractions, so many problems, so many everything. Like, you're around the same 15, 16 people every single day. It can get difficult, especially when things aren't going well. So just, being able to love the game and love the process and understand, like, it's not always going to be easy. It's going to be really hard, both on the court, off the court. There's practices where you're just going to be like, oh, heck no, we're doing this.
Yeah.
My quads hurt, my knee hurts, my ankle hurts, but you have to do it. Yeah. And it's no days off. There are technically days off, but there's no days off, because when you got a day off, that's when you got to be in the training room.
Yeah. You got to do what coach tells you to do with gusto. Like, you can't just go through the motions, or you're going to be running sprints. Like, that's the reality of the situation. Some people it's the Versa climber, other people it's sprint. Some people, Bob Huggins used to have the treadmills going on the side of practice the whole time. I was like, that seems pretty cool as a high school kid coming into college. I was like, oh, hell no. No. There's no way. But with that being said, I got a question for you. So, like, if all those things, size, athleticism, shooting ability, love for the game, all those things were, a prerequisite to be a Division I basketball player and, be of the top recruits in the country, right? Why didn't you give me any stars in high school?
Man, that's a lie. That's a lie.
No,
we ain't doing that, Dread.
I just want to know. Like, how come I couldn't get any stars?
I think you had 4 of them next to your name.
4 is crazy. I definitely didn't have 4. I know I didn't have 4.
You were either a high 3 or a low 4. You know that. And now you tried to act all special like you're John Hara or something, who was like a negative 5 star.
I didn't say that. But it was also different, too. Like, I could talk about getting recruited. Like, in terms of my team, my AAU team, and my high school team, really, like, we had some of the best talent in the country, like, top to bottom. It was just like, and I didn't understand it because I felt like I was getting wronged, but it was just something that I had to work on and, come to the realization for myself. And I had to be able to shoot the ball better. Once I started shooting the ball better, everything kind of changed for me. But before that, I'm seeing dudes getting offers from Maryland and Miami and Villanova and Arizona. And I'm like, hey, I can't get Stony Brook. I can't get, what I'm saying? I can't get a Towson. Like, something. Like, nobody want to call. But I feel like I was in the middle. Like, I was between I don't know if you're a mid-major or a high major or high major plus. Like, they don't know what I could develop into. So the moment I got that call from Penn State, I was like, well, I think that's about it, guys. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I told you this story. It happened quick. Yeah. Because I remember calling your AAU coach. I go, yo, Myles just commit to Penn State? He goes, I can't quote him exactly because this is a family show. He goes, yeah, he can really shoot it, and he's tough as heck. Yeah. And I said, okay, that's good enough for a story for me. And I wrote it up.
No doubt. So I was just wondering, I had to, throw that out there. I knew I wasn't a blue chip 5-star dude. I was okay with that, but damn, I couldn't get 4. Like,
see, let's just blame it on Turner holding you down.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna blame it on Coach Turner. Not Steve. Not Keith though.
No, not Keith. Not Keith.
So, you transition from being a sports writer and analyzing, potential collegiate student athletes to recruiting student athletes. And that's a bit of a different role. You're still evaluating and still, trying to get the best kids for your program now, instead of just, hey, he's better than him, or he has more intangibles than this guy, like whatever the case may be. What part of that has been most enjoyable to you and why?
For me, it's been building. Like the team building and like everything like that, because when you're just doing what I used to do in my previous life, like you said, it's just, who do I think are the best players? But you could put the as we've seen in the Olympics, like the 10 best players in the world on one team, it might not be the best team because they might not complement each other well. So now it's kind of like, you know, I hate the term GM in college. I just think it's stupid. But like now it's like you're almost like building a team like a GM would in a pro sports franchise. Like, okay, like we got a 3-man who can really shoot. We need a 4-man who's athletic so we can switch, you know, things like that. And to me, that's been the best part is finding complementary pieces and figuring out like, okay, that kid's really talented, but he's not right for us. We don't use our 5-man that way, or we don't want a point guard like that. Even though he's really good, he's not going to be really good for us.
Right.
So for me, that's been the most enjoyable part is really identifying who fits with what we want to do and how we want to build things and how we want to put a team together, given our style of play. And Dread, I think you saw that come together last year where we had you coming back. Yeah. We saw the growth Pick was having. We're like, that's a bad man right there. And then, you know, obviously Seth coming back. And it's like, okay, what do we need? We need another ball handler with Pick. We got Cam. And then we needed another, like, just knockdown shooter. And we got Funk.
Right.
And then it all kind of came together. Everything just kind of flowed at that point.
Right. Yeah. And for me, seeing how easy things got when we figured it out. Like, we struggled with it. Me and you have had conversations where, you know, boy, we done got into it. I done came in your office mad, like, man, I'm just frustrated because, you know, all I want to do is win. But man, when we put it together, boy, oof, that was probably the most fun 2.5, 3 weeks of my life. That was like great. It was just fun. Like, we were just having fun playing great basketball, win, lose, or draw. Like, it was just fun.
And it probably started the lowest moment that I've ever seen you, which was after that Rutgers game.
No doubt. Where
you didn't even want to come to my office. You texted me, like, meet me in the hallway in the BJC. Like, and we are there, and we're having a heart-to-heart for, like, 30, for real.
Easily 30 minutes.
It's like,
easily.
Just everything came out.
I'm like the biggest team. Like, I will sacrifice my left foot for the team, and I'm just like hurting right now. I'm like, yo, I don't know who to talk to. I gotta find somebody because, like, I don't feel right now. Like, this isn't. We're not playing to our potential, and I don't know why. And I just had to sit you down. I was like, man, I feel this way. You know, shit isn't good right now, and I don't know what it is, but I want to figure it out. And you helped me out a lot just from the mental space, like how to navigate, you know, being, you know, coming off the bench and being that leader regardless of the situation. And, you know, the amount of work, and then you helped me with that, and then Coach Farrelly helped me out just getting in the gym and, like, almost like falling back in love with the process so late in the season. That changed how I started playing for the rest of the year. Cam did it with Coach Fish, and then we just kind of started falling in, and everything shots started falling in. Our communication got better, and the team just got better.
Like, Myles, I wonder, looking back after that Rutgers game, how much of it was you saw the end of maybe not even your basketball career, but your college career really coming at you, and you're like, how much looking back do you think that was kind of playing a role at that point in time?
Oh, absolutely. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't know, like, I knew I was done. Mm-hmm. I had to tell myself, I'm going to go do something else afterwards. Like, I'm going to go play professionally or whatever afterwards. But in the back of my mind, I knew I was done playing after that senior year. And I'm like, we're losing the teams that we just shouldn't lose to. Like, we're not playing. And even when we won, sometimes it just didn't feel great. And we're like, we're better than this. And I don't want to go out ending on a bad note. Like, it broke my heart the way we sent John out on his last game at the BJC. It broke my heart because I'm just like, that dude of all people deserved the greatest BJC send-off there could be, right? And I'm just like, man, I said it at the press conference at the last game. I was like, I played like this, and I, tried to help my team win as much as possible, not just for me, not for the team now, but the John Harris, the Lamar Stevens, the Tony Carrs, all these people who poured so much into the program that never got to go to the tournament, that never got to, showcase their talent on CBS in the brightest lights.
Think about that. Big Ten tournament semifinals and finals. We are on CBS in the prime time slot on Saturday and Sunday. And just like looking back at that now is like, man, we were having a ball.
It was so much fun. Like the year before, even with Shrews, I had never made it to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I had played Wednesday a bunch. Played one Thursday, but never made it to Friday. We made it to Sunday. I was like, whoa, okay, cool.
Hold up, let's talk about Sunday, because I don't think people understand the craziness that is when you're playing in the Big Ten finals on a Sunday. So the game starts, like 4 o'clock or something, 3 o'clock? I can't remember.
It was like 2, 3, 4, one of those times.
Yeah. So in our case, we lost on last second shot.
Yeah.
Not, or couldn't even get a shot off, whatever it was.
One possession game. Yeah.
Yeah, one possession game. You go right to your locker room. A couple dudes got to do media. Then they usher you to this back room where you're watching the selection show.
Yeah.
You don't even have time to process anything.
Oh.
And then at least we knew we were in.
Right.
we knew we were in.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting for your name, and then you get the name, you hear we're playing A&M. The first that, you got, for players, you get a little excitement, like, okay, cool. For us, it's like, okay, I'm talking with a coach at Drake that I know, trying to arrange a practice gym while we're in Iowa.
Yeah.
Nick's doing his thing, trying to get, planes and whatever the heck else that Nick did.
Yeah, we were stuck there for 4 hours, 5 hours afterwards because we couldn't get home.
Yeah, Coach Shrews is watching film of A&M already. And then, we probably didn't get back to State College till well after midnight.
It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So it is just you're just nonstop. It was just insane because our plane, like you said, was delayed 6 hours somehow.
Yeah.
It's just this surreal moment where you're like, Purdue's been back and probably practicing, and we haven't even left Chicago yet.
They just hopped on the bus and they're like, holla at you. We oh, see you guys later.
Greg got you guys all stretching.
Yeah, we were in the gym. The floor wasn't even down anymore. They took the floor. It's just the cement on the ground. We out there stretching, trying not to get stiff. Dang. And this is the first time in my career we got more basketball to play. This is the first time ever after the Big Ten tournament. I'm like, wow, we're not done yet. Cool. Every time after the Big Ten tournament before that, it was like, well, that's it.
Yeah. You're either done or it was COVID and everything was done.
Everything was done. No, I appreciated that time though, because we had to process so much so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we lost, we're pissed, sad, it was like a Cinderella story almost. They're 10 seed playing in the Big Ten championship. But so if you watch the video, you go back and watch the video, some people stand up and are happy and super excited when we get our name called, and other people are still sitting down because they're pissed. People are still mad that we lost. I had to really compartmentalize my brain because I'm like, no, we're going to the tournament. I'm not going.
No, we enjoying this.
We happy. I'm not happy we lost, but we're going to the tourney.
Hey, next play.
Right? But I just remember, man, that week before the tournament, it wasn't even a week. It was a few days before we left. The hype on campus, the amount of love we were getting, just so many people just wanted to say hi and take pictures. You go to class and you're just like,
you went to class?
Hey, man, my mom watches this show. Come on, man. Hey, I graduated with a bachelor's of arts in psychology. That's all that matters. Thank you very much. My final semester was a 3.0.
Academic weapon. Myles Dread.
Weapon. Come on now. So, like, we were just we built up so much like hype going to the tournament. We were like, we can't lose this first game. Like, we can't. Like, we did so well in the Big Ten tournament. We're like, we got to will this thing out. We're thinking because Texas A&M have been playing so well, we're like, dude, Texas A&M is not a bad team. The guys are. Mm-hmm. Like, we are. We're like, yo, they just play second in the SEC and runner-up in the SEC championship.
See, what's funny is we couldn't tell you all this at the time. We're watching film on them. Trey's watching film. Shrews is watching film. Even me, I'm like, are they going to guard us this way?
Yo, I've never seen a coach more confident in a scouting report than Shrews was for Texas A&M. He said, we're going to win this game. Like, yeah. I'm not worried at all. I was like, not worried at all? I'm like, Coach, they're pretty good. Like, I mean, like, not even a little bit. He was like, they guard us like this, we're going to win. I said, oh, all right, Coach, cool. All right, I got you. I'm with you. We get out there, Funk make that first three. I'm like, whoa.
You know, the only time they did anything is when they put Cam on One Shining Moment because my man blocking the ball so hard off the backboard.
Who was that? Dennis?
Yeah, Dexter Dennis.
Dexter Dennis. Yo, he got bounced. He went up. I talked about it in the last show. Cam didn't believe me. I'm like, dog, you can't jump. It's okay. It's okay. He went up and pinned it. Oh. I said, there or something.
Because they went on like a 6-0 run, and then from that point on, it was just
bad. Yeah, it was bad.
You were doing windmills on the court, like with your arms after making threes.
Yeah, I was out there having the ball. I was talking trash. I was out there having the ball. My dad told me even before the game, he was like, yeah, I mean, if you're not a basketball mind, you looking at these warm-up lines like it's about to be a long day for Penn State.
They won warm-ups. They won warm-ups.
Yeah, they won that. No doubt. No question. You had dudes that didn't even get in the game doing windmills and 360 between the legs and all that crazy stuff. And we down there doing shot fake, power dribble, tapping the glass real hard. We're like,
yeah. Evan had to get up and dunk one just to show that we had someone who could dunk.
The only person that could really dunk, like, oh, come on. Because we had some athletic dudes, but they also was old. So we were kind of like, our knees, man. Like, we got to save them. We need some WD-40 in the locker room before we come back out for game time. No, man, like that was a lot of fun, and I think that created. We were already a tight-knit team, mm-hmm. and we shared a lot of hardship, and we found a common goal and a common enemy. If you know, you know. And that really made us come closer together. That's why I'm so happy that we still, like, everybody just has a great relationship. Like, I feel like there's no hesitation that I could call any one of the 25 people that were involved with the program at that point. Yeah. And to be able to have that continuity in college basketball is really difficult, I would say. Like, not a lot of people with any kind of turnover. Not a lot of people can have that same relationship, the same continuity that they can pick up the phone and call anything.
Yeah, it was great last week, actually. Grand Rapids, Michigan's like 2 hours from where I am now.
Yeah. And
Seth was playing for the Atlanta G League team against Grand Rapids, which is the Nuggets G League team. So it was Seth, Funk, and Pick all there playing. So I drove up. We went out after the game. It was like, and we were just reminiscing and just talking about like just funny stories and stuff. And just like those guys, like they're all family now. Like, even though Funk was only around 1 year, but still, like, great dude. Like, and it's just family because of everything that everybody in that locker room went through.
Yeah.
I think we were texting yesterday, Myles, like last season felt like 6 years.
Yeah, it sure did.
Because,
man,
the ups and downs. See, here's the thing.
Boy, they were some downs.
I was jealous of y'all for a little bit, though, for real. So coming down the stretch, like, y'all are players. Like, you're in the mix. You're focused on basketball. Like, you just kind of, like, it's like, all right, get to practice, do what y'all do. Every day, the first thing I'm doing is getting on KenPom and then checking out every mock bracket you can ever imagine, and then running, like, conference tournament simulations based on the regular season, seeing who we're going to play in the first round. And it, like, you just immerse yourself in all this nonsense. Yeah. Because you're freaking out, like, because we don't have the release of, like, going out and playing.
Right.
And, like, I don't think you guys understand how stressful that is. Just sitting at your desk, like, heck no.
I believe it. So, Beast Snow, we're going to take a hard, pivot. I got some heat check questions for you. It's a new segment.
Okay.
Questions, okay? You got start, bench, or cut. Okay? You got to choose start, bench, or cut. We're going to do a couple different categories, couple different things. I think it'll be fun. You can explain why a little bit, Don't go rambling on. You talk too much, but.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, first one, start, bench, cut. Taylor Battle, DJ Newbill, or Tony Carr?
All right, I'm going to start Taylor Battle, partly because he's got my cell phone number. I'm a bench DJ Newbill.
Wow, okay.
And then I'll cut Tone, and it's no disrespect to Tone. Love Tone. DJ Newbill was just such a bucket, though.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I don't know how I would go about that one. I think I would probably, because this is what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Tone. So I'm going to say, I'm going to start TC. I'm going to bench Taylor Battle. And I will cut DJ Newbill. Because I think if Tone stayed for 4 years, he was running through that record, no problems at all.
So it was possible.
Yeah, he was more than halfway there after sophomore year, and it wasn't slowing down anytime soon. That's the way I would go. Okay, next one. Jokic, Embiid, or Greek Freak?
Man. Start Jokic, bench Giannis.
Ooh, okay.
Embiid.
Okay.
And it pains me. It pains me on every level.
Okay.
Because those are three dudes that are disgusting.
Yeah. You would pick any one of them on your team.
Yeah. Any of them want to come, they can come. Like they could be on the team.
Yeah.
Jokic is just so, like, crazy. And he's got a ring. And I hate to count the ring argument, but he's got one.
Yeah.
And then, like, so does Greek Freak.
Yeah.
So, but he doesn't shoot it great. So I'm like, but that's why I got to cut Embiid.
Okay. Understood. Now it starts to get a little bit harder. Jordan, Brown, and Kobe.
I'm going to take some heat for this one.
Okay.
Starting Bron, benching Jordan, cutting Kobe.
My man, Snow, I knew there was something I liked about you. My man, that's exactly my three. That's exactly how I would put it. But no disrespect to Jordan and RIP Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they're all three are in the top five, in my opinion. Yeah. There is no, to be honest, this is my 1, 2, and 3. So for anybody out there wondering what my top five is, this is the first three. Jordan, Brown, and Kobe.
They're on the Mount Rushmore, that's for sure.
No doubt. Okay. Now we're starting to get into some different ones. He Got Game, Coach Carter, or Blue Chips?
Oh, I'm starting Blue Chips.
Okay.
Then I'll bench He Got Game, cutting Coach Carter.
Coach Carter?
How can you not start blue chips, though?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of blue chips, don't get me wrong. But Coach Carter was an excellent film. Like, that is an excellent movie. Timeless. All three of them are timeless films, though. Like, different, kind of audiences, I want to say.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, absolutely excellent films. Me, personally, I'm going to go Coach Carter, start, bench, he got game, cut blue chips. And I know I might get a lot of flack for that, especially from my, older counterparts. I get it. It's just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger.
Your opinion, but I mean, you're allowed to have a wrong opinion.
Okay, now we're gonna change it up a little bit. In-N-Out, Whataburger, or Shake Shack?
All right, I'll start Shake Shack.
Great stuff.
Bench, In-N-Out, cut Whataburger.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
see, I don't get to the West Coast often, so I don't see In-N-Out very much. I've had
it a couple times, but
so Shake Shack to me it's a no-brainer because them chocolate shakes do something to you every time.
Ooh. They be hitting.
And then the last one I got for you, Snow: Beyonce, Rihanna, and Alicia Keys.
Yes, to all three.
Okay, all right.
I'm a grown man. I ain't cutting any of those three.
I respect that answer. Love that for you. B Snow, I appreciate you so much for hopping on with me, man. You and I both know, like, our time together was short, but very, very memorable. And I look at you as somebody that I can call for advice, help, or just somebody to talk to, man. So I appreciate you so much for hopping on with me and having some fun with us.
Oh, anytime, Myles. As you know, those 2 years, two of the best years, man.
No doubt.
Absolutely unbelievable times.
No doubt, man. Thank you guys for watching. This is The Heat Check. See you guys next week. What's up, everybody? Hope you enjoyed this episode of The Heat Check. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can continue to have big-time guests and create great content for you guys. And if you haven't yet, check us out on social media in the links below. Really appreciate you guys' support. We'll see you next week.